We are
fucking whenever I'm playing Night Rain, it goes over your health bar.
Oh, sick.
I'm like, fucking, come on, man.
All right, we are live.
I need to see.
Cool. Okay. Oh, we should probably tweet out the peeps.
We should get you. We should get you family shared with Grant's Steam account so that you can try Night Rain with me.
Oh my god.
I think you'd enjoy it. I think you'd like it. I could be wrong.
I hate games like that. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it.
You haven't even played it. You don't know.
Oh my god. Whatever.
It's really fun.
Alright.
It's fucking hard.
You want to post on the Patreon and then we can get started?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of feels like playing Helldivers.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Except it's not funny. The game is not funny. The game is very serious. Very serious game.
Dude, the game can definitely be funny.
Alright. The fuck? Hopefully everything works out. Ugh. How we doing?
I'm doing it right now. I'm typing, come be part of the amazing once in a lifetime, and then parentheses, not really, experience of the Bonsai POPCAST.
There you
go. Link. Grab the Twitch link. Put it there. You should do a viewing party this weekend. I won't be able to come, but you should still do one.
Sure.
Alright, it's up.
I'll probably have to be on Sunday, though, because Stanley Cup finals are officially underway. Okay. Alright, you ready to hit record?
For sure. Yeah.
Alright, let's record in 3, 2, 1, record. And there we have it. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bonsaipopteam. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm your host, Tyler.
Yeah, welcome to it. We took a couple weeks off. Okay? We admit it. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. You're not gonna do shit. What are you gonna do?
Mike's projecting. It's because he had nothing to talk about.
I still have nothing to talk about. Yeah, here we are, backed by popular demand. Yeah, I think, honestly, my biggest issue was for the first quarter of this year, I was just watching the news, like, all day, every fucking day, and I think I melted my brain.
You finally burned out. Yeah, I think finally burned out on it.
Yeah, I think I just melted my brain. Like, shit was too fucking stupid. Things were, like, too fucking shitty, and it was like day after day. It was nonstop. Like, there was always something going on, always something shitty happening, like, always some, like, further slip into the descent of madness that is a country leaning towards fascism. And I was just so locked in on it, and all of a sudden I just, like, hit this spot where I was like, I just can't look at this. You hit the wall, man. Yeah, I just can't look at this right now. So I just...
Honestly, you lasted longer than I did.
Yeah.
I hit the wall months ago.
Yeah, and it's like it's not even like I'm just like fucking dead inside. Like I don't know what to say. Like Devin, you know, I've been talking to Devin about it. She's like, oh, I want to have, you know, conversations. I was like, I have nothing to talk about with anybody. I have no news. I have nothing interesting going on. I'm not watching any like content that anybody cares about. I'm not fucking reading anything. I'm not watching any anime. All I'm doing is like spending the morning streaming fighting games and then like I don't know, like murdering time until I go to bed and do it again. Like, you know,
You could be murdering that time playing Night Rain with me. That's the problem.
out of energy by then. That's the thing. It's like by 5 o'clock, I am dead in the water. I'm just floating until 11
5 o'clock.
p.m.
I'm up at 9.
What?
Well, noon for you, but I'm up before 5 your time.
No, yeah, but I wake up at like 7. You know what I mean? So I wake up at 7 and
Yeah.
start streaming, and then by 5 I'm just like, day's over, I'm done. I'm gonna watch Rust Zergs until I fall asleep. And
Yeah, we've got new stuff in our in our YouTube recommended. I've noticed.
yeah, dude, that shit is so funny. It is so funny watching people grief in Rust. Because we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. As you've noticed, the title, at least for the live stream, which, by the way, we are now streaming on Twitch and on YouTube simultaneously. So if you are like, oh, like, there hasn't been a podcast in a while. Sometimes we don't put out podcasts because I don't think that they're good enough.
Because Mike hates them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just not good enough to warrant it. So if you feel like there hasn't been a podcast in a while, go subscribe to the YouTube live channel, because no matter what, they will be there, because I'm not going to take them off, you know, unless Tyler just starts spewing racial slurs. He's got to stop doing that. I keep telling him no.
It's really just something you got to get out like once a month. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, yeah, we're here. We're back.
It's my misogynistic period.
We're doing the damn thing. And, I mean, it's just been, like, I feel like in general, I feel like for everybody, more or less, everybody, it's just been a rough go of it this year. Like, it's not been a great year. Like, I don't think anybody won except for Trump and, like, the 5 people that, like, work direct. And Fox News hosts won. Because they went from doing literally what we're doing, except evil, to being part of the fucking White House. Like 7 of them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's rough. It's a lot.
We're fucking nuts, dude. We are a Looney Tunes people right now. But anyway, so, fuck, Tyler. I don't even know where to start. Why don't we start with our multiple failures that have happened over the past couple weeks as far as the YouTube channel
that'll be fun.
goes.
Let's start low and then bring it lower. I like where you're thinking.
Yeah. So
that way, when we end at medium, it'll feel like a real high.
Yeah. So if anybody hasn't just like randomly stumbled across the podcast, this is a anime and video games podcast where we also just like shoot the shit about what the fuck ever. Oh, hey, Gundam is back up to number 7. Cool.
Ooh.
It's been fighting with Lazarus.
Yeah, they've really been fighting for almost last.
Yeah, like almost 100 views like between them and shit like that. Anyway, so we've been putting out. We're in a quandary, right? We talked about this a little bit on the POPCAST Premium. If you want an extra podcast, check out our Patreon. POPCAST Premium is in Super Saiyan 2 tier. It's worth it. We have more episodes in that than we have of the Bonsai podcast. So
yeah, the POPCAST Premium originally started as a way for Mike and I to practice before doing a public podcast. Mm-hmm. So there's more episodes of that than there are the public one. Well, maybe. Because we have had weeks where we do the podcast and we don't do the premium.
Yeah, but I don't think it's.
There's a lot of them.
Regardless, you double up. Mamador has been watching through them. We're joined by Mamador, JM, and Devin right now. I'm sure more people will pop in as time comes. Anyway,
and Bronte in spirit.
Yes, and the chat is only for people in the Patreon because they pay for this awesome tier to be a part of the podcast. Anyway, so yeah, we have been putting out shorter videos this year. And the reason for that was because we wanted to do shorter videos while we focused, like getting content out for people while we focused on our long-term projects. That's been difficult to do because we're kind of like, as a business, we're fucking broke. That's just the
Yeah.
way that it's going. Our last 10 videos are Don, Netflix, Devil May Cry, Sakamoto Days, Orb, Season 3 of ReZero, Lazarus, which is the, Cowboy Bebop creator's newest anime, Gundam G Quux, Anime Trash has Peaked, which was about Beheneko, the anime about an elf wanting to fuck a cat, Castlevania Nocturne, and our end of the year 2024 very official anime awards. None of those videos have done well overall. Like, we've had some quick success with Don, Netflix, Devil May Cry, and Sakamoto Days, but none of them have really carried very far. You know, they get initial burst of views and then die. Well, our last few videos, specifically Orb, Lazarus, Gundam, all of them have been middle to low as far as our last 10 videos have gone, sometimes being the lowest, but it's not been great. We had a sponsorship deal dry up for Q2. That would have been 3 sponsorships that we lost, but they are coming back. I don't know if you saw that, Ty.
I did see that.
Yes,
yeah.
they're coming back.
Which is great.
It's really great because that it's going to help us out, especially for like editing help. So like the last couple of years we've had editing help. They can work on the longer videos while we do the shorter ones or vice versa. It doesn't really fucking matter. But we've been having trouble just getting done everything that we want to get done. And that's just the base level, like getting content out, like not even like counting like we desperately need new merch. I want a new intro. Like all of this other shit. You know, that's like important as far as business. The one thing that we
want a whole new channel.
yeah, exactly. Like we want a Bonsai Pop Slop channel where we just do a bunch of fun videos on top of like the regular content and stuff like that. It's like it's a lot. It's a huge mental stack, and I like, you know, having everything be as shitty as it has been is not like helping that mental stack get dealt with.
Yeah, my mental game is shit right now. It's so bad, dude.
Yeah,
I'm lucky if I can get like 5 hours of work in a day.
For sure. Yeah, it's
before my brain just fizzles out and says, good try. Maybe next time.
At least for me, the weather has been all over the place. It's been really cold, and then it's been super rainy, and then today it's going to be 90 degrees, and then tomorrow it's going to be 79 and rainy, you know? So it's like...
We're getting up to 96 this weekend.
That's crazy.
So,
that's ridiculous. Yeah. It's too fucking hot for June.
it's like the beginning of June, and we're going to almost hit 100. It's ridiculous.
I have my air conditioner on right now, so I'm so if the you know podcast on Spotify sounds like shit, too bad. Like there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to sit here and melt to death. Like that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I have a friend who's coming in town who lives part-time in San Diego, part-time in LA, and I was like, by the way, it's going to be hot when you're up here. Because he's sleeping on our spare mattress.
Oh, it is going to be hot.
It's
going to be hot.
Yeah, and I was like, he was like, yeah, it's not going to be hotter than LA. And I was like, it is though.
Yeah,
it's going to be way hotter.
It'll be less stinky, you know.
Well, yeah, it'll be less stinky. It'll be less cancerous. You know, less dead dogs in my living room.
More heroin, less crack.
Debatable, but yeah.
Exactly. Heroin is for artists.
Do you still have hoodies in stock? I mean, I think they print on demand, but I wouldn't bother until we get new merch.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Bonsai Pop, you know, Skankin' Papu shirt. I like that one a lot. But yeah,
that one is cool. That's true. But you have to, if you do buy the Bonsai Pop Skankin' Papu hoodie, you have to wash it correctly, or it will all come off.
Only wash, do not machine dry, let it hang.
Yeah.
Period. Because not only that, but if you dry it, like the zipper gets all like crinkled. You know what I mean? It'll never be that nice. Really? Like, yeah. It's just, it just doesn't dry well, and like that's not our fault. Like, if anybody who has Teespring like counts, you know what I mean? That's all Teespring.
I don't even know
clothes.
If it's called that anymore.
I don't know either. Who fucking cares? Nobody like don't buy it. Wait till we have new shit.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But So yeah, our videos haven't been working out, and that's something that's like really frustrating, right? Because you put work into it, you're trying to do the best that
There's
you
some
can.
good ass videos in there,
Mhm.
The Lazarus one came out really, really well. I really liked the orb video a lot. Like, there's some videos in there that I thought were really, really good, and it sucks to see them just like dead.
Yeah. Yeah, and we thought that G-Quux was gonna hit a vein. Not a lot of people are talking about it, and our Gundam videos do really well. No,
Yeah,
and a lot of that has to do with the fact that like our other videos aren't doing well, so people aren't getting recommended our videos. And honestly,
yeah,
I
dude.
think the other part of that is people look at it and they're like, oh, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, like, you know, that's a weird space and time now on YouTube. Like it's
Yeah,
either 5
I
minutes
got
or an hour and a half.
I got reminded just how good a longer video can do. I have a client who released like a 40-minute video. It got 1 million views in 3 days.
The fuck was the video about?
A realistic scenario of AI taking over humanity.
Oh yeah, but that's like right on the. That's like you know what I mean. That's
Yeah, I
hitting
mean
a
it's
vein
also
of,
trending for sure,
and
but like
that's something anybody would watch, right? Like they're not hitting
right,
a
yeah.
fandom.
But it's a channel that went from 10,000 subscribers. Now they have 30,000 in like a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean that makes sense. Like, we are nerds and we are creating content for nerds, and if nerds aren't biting, then they're not biting. Like that's just the way it is. We're also known for not being like a right wing piece of shit channel like Nux or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's tough in the anime sphere. Like I feel like I was a little bit like taken aback, right? So when I think of anime, I don't know, like sometimes you realize you live in your own bubble, right? Like when I think of anime, I think of like, all of the spin-offs of anime or everything that's, counted in that. Like the fighting game community is very anime focused. Like there's a lot of just like good communities that are built around anime that are pretty inclusive. But I do think that, unfortunately, after a long time of experience, I think that a lot of the right wing, like a lot of the anime community is very right wing because there's a lot of misogyny baked into
Yeah.
anime just because of Japan being Japan. And with misogyny, you also get like a lot of macho masculinity, which then ties into shitty politics and stupidity, ignorance, that kind of shit, right? So like when you're talking about, I would say at least, one tier above stupidity and analysis in your videos, like people are gonna be like, I just thought this anime was about beating each other up. Like I didn't like this doesn't have anything to do with like social issues. Fuck you, like don't ruin my anime for me. Lelouch is cool. Like
Yeah, stop ham fisting in your political views, man.
yeah, and it's like fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's always going to be a thing, which is fine. There's
Yeah.
also plenty of people that watch our stuff and like our stuff. We also don't have every single video be like overtly political. It depends on what the video's about. Some
It's
of them
only when
are,
it's
some of them
appropriate.
aren't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think there was that much like political shit in the Kenshin video because they're like the Kenshin is more about characters and about
Yeah,
relationships.
like I don't think we really put a lot into like our Dorohedoro videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or
Like,
Trigun. You know what I mean? There's just like
well, we
there's
did go on one Trigun actually.
oh, okay, well fuck it, whatever. Like it's just like sometimes
But
it's
I
appropriate.
think it was about like Christian stuff. I
Oh
don't
right,
remember
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And like I'll take shots at Christians, dude. Fuck you. Like I don't give a shit. Nothing is safe, right? Like nothing is immune from scrutiny. Like including like leftists, right? Like that you can sit there and you can scrutinize leftists all day. I do it every fucking day. I'm like, what are these morons doing? Like what are you fucking doing? You guys are so stupid. Like order of operations, right? Like stop getting mad at stupid little things and stick to the fucking big important issues that like everybody needs to get, right? Like you can't just focus on like a lot of people are like one issue voters, right? One issue voters. Like this is my thing. This is all I fucking care about. Fuck everybody else. Fuck everything else. This is the one thing I care about. This is the only thing I'm gonna scream about. And it's like if you were to compare it to anime, right? It's like the only thing I care about is this one character in this one anime, or like the only thing I care about is Hatsune Miku, and all I'm gonna scream about is Hatsune fucking Miku, and like fuck the rest of the industry. All I care about is Hatsune Miku. You know what I mean? And like Hatsune Miku is big, but it's also very small. You know, in the grand scheme of things, right? Like there's so many people who love anime, and then if you take the Vocaloid audience out of that, it doesn't make a dent. You know, I don't know. It's just a thing. So yeah, I don't know. Obviously, the content's not for everybody, but it's not like the views that we've been getting lately, not for everybody, and that's been disparaging.
I mean, you know, it's rough, right? Because what we need to do right now is the opposite of what we need to do to get the channel back on track, and that sucks. Right.
Yeah, we need to take a couple months to make a giant fucking video.
Like what we need to do, right? We have a couple videos in the books that just need to be sat down and made. We have a massive Yu-Gi-Oh video that we've been talking about for like a year, half a year. I don't fucking know. A long time. We have a Sailor Moon video that we want to get made that hasn't even been started, you know? And these videos are going to be long, they're going to be big, they're going to be in-depth, they're going to do well. If Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't do well, we might as well close up the fucking channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's how much confidence I have in that video performing well.
Yeah.
And we just need the time to make a fucking 2-hour-long video. But we have 2 sponsors this month that have to come out this month. We have 2 sponsors next month, I think. At least 1, I think 2. And I think we have 2 the month after that. And then I think we have 1 on the dock a month after that. And it's like, well, if that's the case, we need a minimum 2 videos a month for the next 3 months. We cannot do 2-hour-long videos and get 2 of them out in a month. We can maybe do 1. Maybe.
Yeah.
But not if we have to do another video. So then it's like, well, then we have to push it back, right? And then we have to push it back, and then we have to push it back. And then by the time we actually have the time to do it, it's fucking September. And then we're like, well, shit, but we need more sponsors so that we can keep the fucking channel running. Yeah. So eventually, one of 2 things will happen. We will either run out of sponsors and then finally have the time to do it, or we will just have to start saying no to sponsors and go into debt so that we get the channel back on track.
Yes. So here's the other, like, I kind of want to explain this to people so that they understand it the best they can, right? So think about you have projects, right? And these projects are going to be your livelihood, right? You can say you're a construction worker, right? You build houses. Sure. I don't know what the specific.
I'm a construction worker. I build houses. I show my butt crack on accident.
Right. Yeah. Whatever. A carpenter. You're a carpenter. You build houses. Okay.
Jesus. Got it.
Right. So you can get a 1-story, 1,000-foot ranch done pretty fucking quick. You know what I mean? Like, it might take a little. You got plumbing, you got yada yada. That's the minutia. Maybe that's not your specific, place. But say you build houses, okay? You're gonna make X amount of money building these smaller houses, especially if they're copy paste type of houses, right? But if you build a giant mansion, you're gonna make a fuck ton of money. But you have to not get paid from the start to the end of the mansion, and then after the mansion is built, then you get fucking paid, right? Assuming.
Well, no, then you still have to wait another month and a half.
Yeah. Assuming somebody is there to buy the mansion. It's very similar to the way that YouTube works.
Assuming that the mansion is a timeshare for hundreds of thousands of people.
Sure. So, you know what I mean? Like, you can do your regular daily work, or you can stop everything, say no to everybody who's asking for, this, and then do the big fucking project, but you're also taking a big risk on it because not everybody has money for a mansion, right? Like,
right.
It might take a long time to sell it. It might never sell. You know, it's
like cross game. Our
yeah,
cross game mansion never sold.
Exactly. So
actually, for the cross game mansion, the bank came in and took half of the money that it did make. So.
Yeah. And then like never put it up for sale. You know? So anyway, so that's kind of what it's like. I'm sure there's better analogies out there, but you guys get it.
100%.
Thanks. Yeah. So it's a tough thing. YouTube is gambling for a living, but it's gambling on weeks of work.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mondo. I'm glad that you liked it. Like, people who watched it loved it. It just did not get sent out.
The cross-game video, yeah.
Did not
get sent out. The cross-game video is a phenomenal video that nobody got to see. And
exactly.
That's the way it is sometimes, you know. I think, you know, we know what we have to do. It's just getting the time and energy to actually do it. And it's like, well, we need a minimum of like 6 videos over the next, 2 to 3 months just to ensure that we are fulfilling our contractual obligations. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a problem. It's a bittersweet thing because it's guaranteed money for a video.
Right.
It's not a whole heck of a lot of money, but it is guaranteed pay for the most part. Assuming we get it done right, and we get it done on time. But that keeps us from making the videos that obviously people want to see. They want to see these long, very in-depth, very detail-oriented videos over like, hey, this anime is really cool. Like, you should check it out. Here's why it's cool. Like, here's why we think you're gonna like it. Here's like some interesting things that they're trying to say with this anime. Like, people are not interested in our current recommendations. They don't want to hear anything about modern anime from us unless it's something wildly popular, like Dandadan. Right. Yeah. And I get it. Okay, we're a retro anime channel. That's fine. We can do that. But, we need to think about what retro stuff will work too. Like, are people interested in recommendations for like crazy wild old shit that they've never heard about, right? Or do they want us to just fucking keep talking about Yu Yu Hakusho and Saint Seiya? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not disconnected from our audience.
That's another one that we have on the docket is Saint Seiya still. Like, those are like our big 3 right now, right? We have Yu-Gi-Oh, Saint Seiya, and Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Eventually we want to get out this year. Eventually Digimon, probably.
Yeah. Like the original series.
Yeah. We could maybe do that sooner. It's not that long, is it?
It's pretty long. Long. Like,
hey, you're watching Fairy Tail. We can finally do that Fairy Tail
Dude,
video.
Fairy Tail is such ass. That's how fucked I am. I'm watching fucking Fairy Tail right now.
Yeah, that's how you know. There's like a certain level of like depression and lack of motivation that you have to hit to become a Fairy Tail viewer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Black Clover. You really have to hit like a level of depression where you deeply need something extremely comforting and vapid. Fairy Tail is perfect.
And I say that not like judgmentally because I've been there. I've watched Fairy Tail all the way through twice.
Crazy.
So I know exactly what I'm talking about.
That's crazy. I mean, I've watched the original Dragon Ball probably like 12 times, from start to finish, but that is like my ultimate comfort, like Funimation Dragon Ball original dub.
Yeah, dude.
Always
watching Fairy Tail is like, oh, a fight's happening. Oh my god, they split off into 1v1s. There's 12 1v1s going all at the same time. All right, this is the next 20 episodes.
The tits are huge. Yeah. So that's where we're at. We know what we got to do. We just got to fucking do it, and we have to make moves, and it's just been really hard because I'm at the level where I'm watching Fairy Tail. I don't even really know what Tyler's doing. The only thing that we've been consistent at is streaming every single day, every single morning. I'm back on the fighting game circuit. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we try to stream with the group. We've been streaming Monster Hunter games. We did not do the event. We have not gotten Akuma yet. That's something that we should probably do. Just because it's going to disappear.
Weekend, but yeah,
well,
you should do it.
It's Thursday. Today is Thursday.
I have a friend coming in town today.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing that we've been talking about streaming is Rust, which will be interesting. I've been watching a lot of content on Rust. I have an idea of how it's supposed to go. My problem is that I'm fucking terrible at first-person keyboard and mouse shooters.
Same.
I mean, this is very CS:GO type of first-person shooting action.
I thought it was even more of like a the bullets have physics. You gotta like watch for like drop and wind. And...
PUBG. It's a lot more close to PUBG. Yeah, I think. You don't even have a crosshair, so unless you have a monitor that has a built-in crosshair on it, which I do. Do you not have a crosshair setting on your monitor?
I don't even know.
Okay,
I don't even know.
It'll be in the settings, but yeah, I have a crosshair setting on my monitor.
Crosshair.
It'll be on the buttons on your monitor. You have to like go into the menu on your monitor. Yeah.
No, I definitely don't.
Okay, yeah, it's built into your monitor. Aim down sights, fuck off. Oh yeah, JM was even talking about playing. I think Sammy is good at that shit. Which is
really?
Yeah, he played a fuck ton of CS:GO, dude. He's like a CS:GO freak. Anyway, so yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Sammy coming in global elite over here.
Yeah,
going real hard.
Yeah, we're gonna need that. I don't know about Lamaji. I seriously doubt Lamaji's fucked around with that. But
yeah, I doubt it too. But like, our goal was to send our probably best shooter with a hand grenade to blow people up. That was our plan.
No, the idea was for like one of us to run in naked, right? Like we run in naked.
No, not one of us. Specifically, Sammy.
Oh well, yeah. Oh yeah. That's funny. You can't really do it with Sammy. But anyway, so Rust is a game that the best way I can explain it is a bunch of tumors wrapped in cancer, and it is a.
Do you feel like you get the game now?
Yeah. It is a horrible community filled with horrible people that are the sweatiest gamers. Like, you got people on comms, like hard comms. They're like, 280 to the west on a mountain. The full kit. Like, you gotta get those headshots. Full kit. Oh, I'm dead. Fuck. Like it's just like the worst shit.
We're gonna get absolutely owned.
Yeah, it's full. Well, okay, so here's the plan though. We're gonna go into a low pop server, right? There's 6 of us, say, right? That puts us at a 6 times advantage to anybody playing solo.
Yeah, and we're gonna see some really, really good like clips from other people killing all of us.
Yeah. Well, no, but that's the thing though, is that like seriously, 6-on-1, even if you only have rocks, you can take down somebody with a nice gun kit, and then boom, you have guns like right out the gate. I know how to build a base. I know about airlocking. I know about crafting trees and stuff like that, like what kind of items we need for crafting and what they craft. Like a lot of new players will be like, sulfur, what do I do with sulfur allows you to craft bullets. It's important. So it'll be fun, especially having Devin in there this is going to be her first mouse and keyboard game, more or less.
Oh no.
So it's going to be hilarious. No. Yeah. And I just think it'll be really funny. And once we get set up a little bit, we can grief people. That'll be really funny, So
I do own Rust. I have 65 hours in Rust.
What the fuck?
I remember nothing about Rust.
All I remember about Rust is going in, having the rock, having I believe, if I remember
Ryan
correctly.
Owns it.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if Grant owns it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Grant on here, which is really surprising. Huh.
Anyway, weird. I'm pretty sure my character is also a giant black dude, which I'm a little worried about.
Yeah, that's a little awkward.
Because, well, not because I'm a black dude, but because I'm worried about the other characters, like the other people in the game calling me slurs. You know what I mean? Which, like, you're not going to get banned off Twitch on that. I have a mute button. I can mute the PC audio, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So I can do that when people are doing it, and we can punish them for being racist, which I think would be really funny. But yeah, it's just a it's just a toxic game.
Guess when my last played date was for Rust?
2015.
April 1st, 2014.
Okay, yeah, I think
it's been 11 years.
Yeah. No, it'll be fun though. It'll be really fun. I'm excited for that. That's a great gang game. We're gonna have to say bruh like totally like all the time. We gotta fit in.
No, we're gonna be cowboys.
Devin doesn't want to be cowboys, but I think we should all be cowboys except for Devin. But we don't have to be cowboys the whole time. Only when we're talking to other characters.
It'll be just like the Gamora 2 Texan dub, where everybody's a cowboy except for the one woman.
Yeah. Like, I want to be the guy who, like...
speaks completely regularly.
I want to be the guy who, like, shoots somebody and stands over him and just be like, I'm going to take out your testicles and put them where your eyes are, bitch. And then give him a headshot. You know what I mean? Like, be a very terrifying cowboy. Like, I'm going to cut off your fucking big toes and stick them in your ears. Pow, pow, pow. You know? That's going to be great. It's going to be great. Do not fuck with us. Anyway, so that's a stream plan.
We gotta come up with a name for our gang.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Girly Pop. Team Girly Pop.
We're the Girly Pop gang.
Yeah. Do not
want to mess with us.
Yeah. Do not fuck with Girly Pop, motherfucker. You know.
Do not fuck with Girly Pop, and do not besmirch Taylor Swift.
Gang, man, gang. Bruh. Bruh, gang. Yeah, so that's exciting. That's fun. But all right, Ty, let's so just on the we're not going to get in politics, I think, because Tyler and I don't really know what's going on. I know
some things, but
yeah, so the air traffic control thing is still a problem. I was actually looking into the air traffic control stuff. Crazy job. That is a crazy job. So, like, part of the reason...
yeah, it's one of the highest stress jobs in the world.
Yeah, well, especially now because they're so understaffed. They're crazy understaffed. Yeah. To the point where a bunch of air traffic control people in New Jersey at a certain airport had to go into trauma recovery from it.
Oof.
Yeah. So to explain to people, because like air traffic control is not something that anybody really thinks about. And yeah, I did, JM. So you did too. But so air traffic control, the reason that air travel is the safest travel still, even with, like, you know, Boeing's falling from the sky, is because of air traffic control. The second they clock in, they are working nonstop until they clock out. It is a constant scramble to make sure that all the planes are in the right places, that the airport is cleared, that the runways are going at this, you know, the perfect click, that everything is falling into place. That is their fucking job. Without them, everybody crashes, everybody dies. Like, there is millions, I think it's like 50 million people a day fly, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
So it's very important, but they're understaffed.
It's crazy that flying through the air is our safest form of transportation.
Because of them. Because of them. We could be the Crackers gang. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway,
I don't think that's a good one.
Yeah, no, especially not with Lamaji in the crew. I think that that would be a little bit of a misrepresentation. I think Girly Pop is much better.
Man, if you're a giant black guy and Lamaji is just a white guy, it's going to be rough.
It's going to be funny. Yeah. Crackers +1. Lamaji can just set his name to +1. God damn it. That's Devin. This is Devin cracking jokes. Yeah. What the fuck? Anyway. So the what's happening right now is that there's a shortage in air traffic controllers, and we need air traffic controllers, and we, like, basically the best way to do that is to subsidize it in the hiring process with the government. The government says no, the problem is going to continue to persist. It's a bad thing. That needs work really bad. Elon Musk is out. He's out. He's out.
And now he's talking mad shit on Trump's big beautiful bill.
Yeah, we'll get into the big beautiful bill, but Elon, there's some stuff that's come out about Elon that's been very telling. Mostly that he was on drugs the entire time. Like an impressive Hitlerian cocktail of drugs, where it was like a bunch of fucking ketamine, ecstasy. Like, dude's just popping e-pills, and ADHD medication and like a bunch of other shit.
I can't imagine just rolling while in the White House. You know what I mean? Especially, how old is he?
Like, he's yeah, something like that.
That's so bad for your brain, dude. Like, you're so fucked.
Especially his like deeply autistic brain.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what happened. Yeah, my brain, my brain cannot handle drugs very well. Right?
My brain could, and I put it all the way to the brain.
Yeah, exactly. But like ketamine and ecstasy, like, I mean, he must have been getting like the highest grade ecstasy you possibly can. You know, no speedy, no downy. But
yeah. I mean, you can get the pure shit that's like 96 to, you know, if you can get up to that 98% shit, that it's insane.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to get. I mean, it's not that hard, but still.
Well, when you're the world's richest man, I'm sure you can get whatever the fuck you want. Yes, he was on ketamine the whole time. But ketamine is
doing.
There is medical ketamine treatment now.
Sure, yeah, but if you do enough K, your bladder breaks.
Yeah, you get put in the K-hole.
He's wearing diapers, dude. No. I don't mean it breaks while you're on it. I mean your bladder breaks permanently.
Oh,
it loses this. Yeah, if you do too much ketamine, your bladder's elasticity essentially stops working.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. So, but that's the thing is like, so he's doing ketamine, ecstasy, mushrooms, and ADHD medication, methamphetamines. You know what I mean? So this dude is down.
Yeah, I forgot. We have Mamador in chat who's a paramedic who can tell us all about why you shouldn't mix these.
So Elon is down, up, and candy flipping.
Dude, JM saying so Elon and Trump were diaper bros.
Yeah, dude.
And the idea of like them being in a room together and like two girls, one of them going over asking for a pad, one of them going over asking the other, hey, did you bring any extra diapers?
Elon, this is why I keep him around. He's got the diapies. Everything is diapy. So, okay, so wait, is that a candy flip? Is ecstasy and mushrooms, or is that mushrooms and acid?
So a candy flip is acid and MDMA. A hippie flip is acid and mushrooms.
Okay, well, what is mushrooms and MDMA?
Fuck, man, I don't remember.
I don't know either.
I'm out of the game.
Regardless, he's doing mushrooms and ecstasy and ketamine and ADHD medication. That is an insane. That will break your fucking consciousness. That's ego death. All the time, every day. Yes, it is confirmed, Devin. Hilarious. So when you're seeing him, like there are now the videos are coming out where he's in the Oval Office and it's like on his face and his eyes are literally rolling in his head. Like he's like, wow.
That ain't right.
He's wearing he's wearing these crazy shirts, and now it makes sense why he was, running around on stage with this fucking chainsaw, jumping and doing his X thing with his dad belly hanging out. Like, this dude is fucking crazy. It's just insane. That's crazy, man. Like, not even like, like people thought it was crazy when Trey Parker and Matt Stone went to the what was it, the Grammys,
whatever it was, in
dresses on acid. Yeah, Elon Musk was doing like 5 times that shit on a daily basis in the White House. That's probably why he spent $200 million on the election, which is now fucking him. Dude, he spent $200 million to get fucked in the ass. He lost a huge amount of net worth. His main company and source of income is going under, and everybody hates him now because he turned into like he came out as a fucking Nazi, like not just like an American, like a Nazi on the American side, but also in Germany and other places in Europe that he was like promoting these Nazi parties, and like he was doing the Hitler salute, like banging the fucking Nazi salute in public on a stage in front of millions and millions of people, and he gained nothing. He gained nothing from that, except the fervent support of Nazis. But now he's beefing with Trump, so the Nazis are going to leave him. He's all alone, just tripping
and then
balls.
Nobody will buy his cars. So I've actually done. By the way, I was looking it up. It could be that soul bombing is occasionally used for LSD and mushrooms.
Okay.
Which is an awesome name. I love that. Yo, you want to soul bomb this weekend?
Just get soul bombed. I've seen people quote unquote soul bombing, and it is scary. Like, talk about like jumping through the bushes with a fucking spear, like seeing ghosts.
Dude,
and
if
stuff,
we ever need to start a new channel, we should call it Soul Bombing. That's an awesome name.
It's a great channel.
What a great band name.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a great band name. Wow. But what is mushrooms and ecstasy? That's what we need to know. It's the important thing. You look it up. I'm gonna take a pee. I'll be right back.
Okay, so I'm looking it up right now. I think I was wrong about hippie flipping. That might be hippie flipping.
You figure it out?
Yeah, I think I got it wrong. I think that's hippie flipping. Hippie flipping mushrooms and MDMA.
That makes sense.
Which I thought it was mushrooms and acid.
What do you think happens if you take acid, ecstasy, mushrooms, and mescaline at the same time?
I don't know. I also saw the term kitty flipping if you take MDMA and ketamine. So there you go.
He's doing a kitty flip and a hippie flip.
Kitty flipping.
He's hippie kitty. He's hippie kid flipping.
He's kippy flipping.
Hippie flipping, yeah, with an additional amphetamine on top of it.
he's kippy flipping +1.
Dude, hey, you can say what you want about Elon. There's a lot to say, but the one thing you can't take away from him is that motherfucker goes hard. And even if he's microdosing, he's going.
It's still insane.
Yeah. Like sometimes you'll see people microdose and they're just like, wah, take a little too much.
I've actually watched some videos on Musk's financial situation, and it's way fucking better than people think it is. Because Tesla looks like it's doing absolute dog shit, right? The majority of his wealth is not in Tesla. It's in SpaceX. He has slowly but surely moved the majority of his wealth from Tesla to SpaceX over like the last few years.
Smart, yeah, good financial.
And
advisors.
then he was in the government, and SpaceX has all sorts of government projects and that sort of stuff. So even if Tesla went completely under, he wouldn't even lose half of his wealth.
Okay, well. It's hard to not be a billionaire when you're a billionaire.
Once you're a billionaire.
Yeah. Like your money makes money on money. Like put $2 billion in a savings account. You're fucking making.
Yeah, but also like I've actually watched a good amount on this because I've been listening to that business/politics podcast, The Lemonade Stand. I think I told you about that.
Yeah, you did.
Great podcast, by the way.
Yeah.
Super recommend checking that out. But like they talk about Tesla a good amount in terms of like it's considered one of the it is one of the top 7 companies in the world in terms of how much it's worth, right?
Okay.
It's like Apple, Meta, Nvidia, you know, because of the chips right now.
Mhm.
You know, like that, like those companies, like the FANG companies, Alphabet or Google, and then Tesla is in there.
Right.
And all of their worth is in their ability to become the self-driving car people, or in the self-driving car company.
I,
And
I don't
Elon
want a
Musk has been
self-driving
saying,
car. Who the fuck
you
wants a
don't, a
self-driving
lot
car?
of people do. A lot
Why?
of people. Because people don't want to have to drive. They don't want to have to deal with it. They just want to get in a thing and then get to the place without having to do anything. And to be fair, there are self-driving cars in like San Francisco, LA, like there are places where they are doing this already and it works. It works well. But not with Tesla.
I don't know, man. Call me a boomer, but I'm
There
not putting my life in the hands of a computer ever. No way.
yeah, like the thing is that they're showing that they're safer than regular human drivers because human drivers suck, you know?
That's
Like
true.
that's the difference. Is like this company called Wavemo, I believe is
Mhm.
what their name is,
Yeah.
has self-driving cars. They have small fleets in specific cities where they have it mapped out and stuff, and these cars have lidar. Do you know what lidar is? I don't remember what it stands for.
No, I mean, is it super duper important to?
Just some people here. It's light detection and ranging. So
Okay.
that's what it stands for.
All right.
Basically, as opposed to using cameras, which is what Tesla does, Tesla's cars have like 8 cameras on them, right? And that's how their quote unquote self-driving works, is they can see through their cameras.
Yeah.
That's not what these other cars do.
Like,
These cars shoot out light in all directions at all times.
right.
And then when it bounces back, it's like echolocation. They get a detailed map of everything around them in real time, down to like what people are holding in their hands.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's
So
scary.
it's crazy. It's like way more detailed. I know a lot about Teslas for not being a tech bro. Yeah, because I watch stuff about business. Because I'm interested.
Sounds like
in
what a
it.
tech
But
bro would
Tesla's
do.
still a terrible fucking company.
Yeah. No, so well, that's the thing about cameras.
Listen,
Is,
if I was a tech bro, I would have way better investments than I currently do.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, but that's the thing about cameras on cars. I have a camera. I have multiple cameras on my car. Like my car has lane recognition. So like when I'm driving on the highway, I put lane recognition on. I barely have to steer.
Right.
But if that camera, if it's raining too hard, it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
So exactly. LiDAR, rain's not a problem.
right.
Does not matter. You know what I mean?
Here's-
Like that's the type of thing where it doesn't matter at all.
So here's my thing. In a city like San Francisco, right? You're not driving fast. Like you're just like I've driven in San Francisco multiple times. I've been to San
Yeah, we're
Francisco
talking about like
multiple
freeways
times.
and stuff too.
Yeah, but like once you get onto the freeway, there is a humongous escalation in risk, specifically because of things like drunk drivers, right? Or tired truckers, et cetera, et cetera. So like when I'm on the highway, I mean, I'm hyper vigilant about everything anyway, but Devin can attest to this. I watch how other people are driving. And if somebody's doing a little bit of
same.
left and right, I am
Yeah, same.
miles past them instantaneously. I will pump it to 90 to get by these guys and get as far away as possible. All right, put 30 cars in between me and them. It's their problem, not mine. Right, and that's why people like consider Massachusetts drivers aggressive. They're aggressively safe. Like we will avoid assholes as much as we possibly can. But like I don't know if a self-driving car is going to recognize somebody who's driving dangerously and then beam it around them, right? Or here's the other thing too, right? Like I feel like because of the rules and regulations that these cars would have to very specifically follow, right? Like are these cars sticking to 65 on the highway? Are you not able to go 70, 80?
I don't know how that works.
Mm-hmm. Because I ain't going 65 on the highway, dude. I'm going 75. I got a Massachusetts plate. State's not going to pull me over for going 75. You know? That's just the, I mean, dude, that's the rules of the law here in Massachusetts on the highway. 10 over. You go 10 over. If somebody's not going at least 5 over,
See,
you
I go
blow
5
by
over.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck Oregon. They're fucking little traffic fucking catching bullshit. Like,
Well, I've always gone 5 over. Like,
Yeah.
even San Diego.
yeah. Yeah, 10 over. That's just how it goes out here. 15 if they're, if you know, like, I mean, I know where all the cops sit anyway, so like I don't gotta worry about it. I'm not driving 90. 90's too fast.
Dude,
80.
Every time I see a car that's driving like too quickly on the street near my place, I'm like, please let there be a cop in that one spot right now. I just want to see this fucker pulled over.
Fucking Boomer Tyler being a boomer, bruh. Being a boomer, bruh.
Please. Dude's doing like 65 in a fucking 30 zone. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, the one person that I hate to drive with more than anybody else in the entire planet is my fucking dad. My dad refuses to drive a car without a stick, and the reason that he drives cars with sticks is so that he can be a psychopath on the highway. Like, he will get anywhere as fast as he possibly fucking can on the highway. So like he'll like punch it into third, scream, rip it into fourth, get up into fifth. All of a sudden, like, the car in front of him in the fast lane isn't going fast enough. He goes, the car slows down wicked fast. He rips into the right lane, boom, across, like, in front of the car, back into the fast lane. Like, it's like enough to make you fucking puke, dude.
I won't drive with I will try not to drive with my parents as much as possible because they're getting old. They don't see this so well at night. Like, it can be scary. I just posted the video just so you can see this is what LiDAR looks like to, like, a car.
Okay. That's a huge range.
Yeah. It has a longer range than we have vision.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Cool. Well, I don't know, man. I'm still not
very
into
fucking
it, but
cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a cool concept.
I totally get not being into it, but I think that we are going to see more and more of this within the next 5 years. I think that technology is going to improve to a point where people are like, why would we not start using it? It's literally better than me driving. Like, it's safer than me driving.
Yeah, I wonder if there's going to be there's so much risk with that. Like, I mean, dude, have you seen that thing that came out recently? I can't remember what it's called. It's called like a dolphin or like a flipper or something like that. That's like a auto hacking device.
Dolphin flipping? Oh.
It's an auto hacking device. It can open car doors. It can hack a bunch of shit just like through like reading frequencies and like magnetism and like all sorts of stuff. It's a creepy little thing that like is meant for ethical hacking. You know what I mean?
Listen, technology in the next decade is going to get insanely good and insanely scary.
Right. So when you have something like this,
we're right on like the cusp of some like really big shit happening.
Yeah. Like, I can only imagine that like fucking, I don't know, trolls, right? Can drive past a car like this, blow its system with a EMP or something. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna fuck up your own car with an EMP, but I'm sure there's a way to fuck that system that just makes the car shut down or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, probably if you're trying to sabotage it, you will find a way to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like,
but I could also say the same. Like, if I'm trying to fuck up your car, I could find a way to do it too.
While you're driving, though, you know what I mean? Like, without fucking up your own car. I don't know.
It's called shooting out a tire.
Well, yeah, but that's with hacking and stuff like that. The idea behind it is that it's sneaky. We were talking about the Yakuza disappearing, right? Like, the average age of a Yakuza member is like 50 something. But that's because the kids don't want to do that kind of crime. They don't want to have to go to a shop every week, collect the fucking money, threaten them again, blah blah blah. They just want to get a one and done cash grab, get the bag, and it's all done online. Right? Like, little enclaves of people find each other on like black sites on the internet and get together. They do a little heist, and then they're done. They don't gotta swear themselves to a brotherhood. They don't gotta risk having their pinky cut off. They don't have to go through 15 years of apprenticeship. Just one and done. Bada bing, bada boom. And like, hacking is so easy anyway if you really want to get into it, because there's script kiddies out there for everything. You know what I mean? You just go on, you find the group, you find the site, you get into a Discord or something like that, you copy the code and you paste it in the program you want to hack, you know, or crack or whatever the fuck else. I mean, shit, I was cracking video games in 2007. You know what I mean? Like, that takes a lot of, like, weird code and shit like that to be able to do. You know, play them without a license and stuff like that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. The whole thing is a little sketchy.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting. I definitely think we're going to see a lot more technology stuff like this. I think that, you know, people will try to fuck with them and like try to make them seem more unsafe than they actually are. I mean, like these cars in particular, like the Waymo ones, have been proven to be stupid safe.
Mm-hmm. Do they run on gas?
I think they're electric.
See, that's going to cause problems with fossil fuel people. You know what I mean? Well, like, this whole thing is
also calls. What do you mean? Like, so does gas.
Well, no. Like, what I mean is that, like, oil companies still, not only oil companies, but oil countries like Saudi Arabia and shit like that.
Oh,
like,
sure.
They hate EVs. They fucking hate EVs. They're going to do everything they can to destroy that market.
Yeah, but that market's still growing, like, regardless of what they're doing. Yeah. Like, especially, it's growing in America, but, like, China and Europe are buying EVs out the ass, and none of them are Teslas.
Dude, I was watching this random video about so China is dealing with desertification. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's when the desert is spreading. Surprise, there's deserts in China. Makes sense. I think was it, the Gobi?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's closer to the Mongolian area of China. I don't know what China's deserts are called. Regardless, they're having issues with.
You know what? It probably is.
Is it? Okay. Anyway,
I'm gonna look up the Gobi Desert.
+1 geography for Mike, if so. So they have come up with a technique to grow woods back and slowly minimize the desert. And what they're doing is they are planting squares of straw. So they're taking straw from it's got to be the Gobi mixed with, you know, whatever else is going on. So what they're doing is they're taking straw from, like, you know, like animal feed and stuff like that, and they're making these squares. So it's like a tiny, like, you know, maybe a you know 2-foot incision into the desert, into the sand, and they're stuffing it with straw, and then the straw is sticking out maybe 1.5 feet out of the sand.
Here's another map that looks more. It looks like it's like expanding down into China.
Exactly.
On this map.
So the way that they're fighting this is they're making these squares of straw, miles and miles and miles. And what happens is that, like, you put a bunch of seeds in there, and the hay keeps the winds from disrupting the sand and having other sand land in these squares, and the plants are starting to grow. Because they will, you know, desert plants will take root in the desert. They'll then fertilize the soil, and the soil will be held together. That's the biggest issue with deserts like the Gobi, is there's dunes, and dunes blow around.
And they just get sand blown, or they just get wind blown to shit. Yeah.
But when you have plants, the wind isn't able to pick up that sand and constantly move it and disrupt the ground and stuff like that. It's genius. I think they won awards for it.
It's like natural wind breaks and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
That's cool.
And
dude. Our science is so fucking cool and so fucking terrible all at the same time.
Well, that's the thing, is like that's like barely fucking science. You know what I mean? They're just making squares.
But it is, though.
Yeah.
But dude, squares,
it's application.
Big deal.
Yeah.
When we figured out that we could not just do square but also circle, huge deal.
Square is a very powerful geometric shape. Not quite as powerful as a triangle, but very powerful in and of itself.
But what is a triangle, or what is a square if not 2 triangles, Mike?
Isn't that 3 triangles?
No,
that's a trapezoid.
Yeah, it's
trapezoids are squares, but not all squares are trapezoids. But
squares, yeah.
I went to a math class.
No, trapezoids are not squares. Parallelograms are squares.
Rectangles are squares, but not all squares are rectangles.
Rectangles are squares.
Okay,
yes.
fuck. I did go to.
Parallelograms are not squares either, because a square and a rectangle have to have 4 angles that are all 90
degrees.
So
yeah. There's
but a diamond can be a square because it's just turned on its side. We're so fucking smart, guys.
diamonds don't have 90-degree angles.
No, they can though.
Oh, they can. You're right. Wait. Fuck.
Yeah, because if you turn a square on its side, it's a diamond.
I'm like, that's like, I fucking hate math, dude. I hate math so much.
It's just even math, it's just shapes.
Yeah. No, geometry is math.
I guess geometry is a math, but it feels like a cop-out math, you know?
I get.
It's
Well,
like,
it literally was a
I
cop-out
sucked
math.
at algebra, but it's like, I was really good at geometry. It's like, oh, you know what a cylinder is? Good job.
Right. All right. Yeah, but it's how do you find the radius of the cylinder? How do you find the square, cubic, bullshit of the cylinder?
Well, first of all, if you need the radius, I don't remember how to get
diameter
radius.
is
I remember
twice
how to get
times
the area of a circle is pi r squared.
Pi r squared.
And the only reason I know that is because my dad, throughout my entire fucking childhood, would not stop saying pi are not squared, pi are round. And I was like, God fucking damn it, Dad, shut up.
You should get him a shirt that says that.
That's such a good idea.
It's a good Father's Day gift.
That's such a great idea. I'm literally writing that down.
Shows that you listen. Shows that you care.
That's such a good idea.
Speaking of Father's Day, my grandfather, my papa, on my dad's side, spent the last week in the hospital. He was in the hospital for 5 days after running a 104-degree fever for 4 straight days. So here's you might be wondering what the fuck happened. Well, he got anaplegia, I believe it was called. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. But basically, he got a tick infection. So he got bit by a tick. And he came down with shit. I'm not seeing it here. Anaplasmosis is what it's called.
Dude, another great band name.
So yeah, symptoms include fever, chills, headache, muscle aches, nausea, and vomiting. If not treated, death. So this comes from a tick called a black-legged dog tick or a black-legged tick. It can also be in deer ticks, but it's not common. We are not really supposed to have black-legged ticks here. They're more of a Colorado type thing, but we will get them because ticks are Satan. Like if Satan was an animal, it would be a tick. So ticks cover a range of infections, including Lyme disease, babesiosis, ehrlichiosis, Powassan virus disease, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, which is very common in Colorado, tick paralysis, etc., etc. You have actually quite a few ticks out your way, so make sure that you're careful. So the way that this works...
Well, luckily, I never go outside, so it's not a problem.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Ticks are fucking evil. So what happens is that ticks need to feed on hosts throughout their entire life cycles. Some ticks, every time, like from larva or whatever until their complete adult phase, will do multiple hosts. Some will stay on one host their entire life. They usually live about 3 years. So if you have a tick that will be on multiple hosts for 3 years, it gives it a lot of time to pick up certain diseases, etc., which is fucking psychotic. Fuck parasites. And the anaplasmosis, you get bit by a tick, and it doesn't show up for 2 weeks.
Jeez.
So you take the tick off of you. I don't know. Have you ever gotten a tick?
No.
It sucks because ticks don't just bite, right? They bite and they latch.
Yeah,
and the only way to get it off is to burn it.
It makes me uncomfortable even thinking about it.
The only way to get it off is to burn it. So either you light a match, you blow the match out, and you stick it on the tick. Sometimes that'll make it unlatch. But if you try to pull it off, the body will break off the head, and the head will stay embedded. and then
keeps going.
it'll
Yeah.
grow back its body, which is fucking insane. The only way to kill ticks are to burn them or to submerge them in alcohol, like rubbing alcohol.
Dude, I hate. It is making me so uncomfortable just thinking about it. I hate it.
If you flush a tick down the toilet, it will come back up the toilet and latch onto your ass or balls. Like, these animals are evil. They're evil. So the way that they attach to you is that they will wait on the edge of leaves, grass, whatever, with their arms outstretched. And if you happen to walk by it, boom, it's on you. You can barely feel them.
Right.
They're very slow. They're very methodical. Small. Yeah, especially deer ticks. Deer ticks are like, I mean, the tip of a pencil. Like, that's you know? Yeah, they can jump. They can fall out of, like, they have radar like these fucking cars do. You know what I mean? So, like, if you get bit by a tick,
Tickdar.
you got 14 days until you might get incredibly ill instantaneously. So my grandfather was in New Hampshire when it hit him. And he was like, I don't know if I can get home. I got an hour and a half drive to home. Like, I don't know if I can do it. He did manage to get home. He was super duper fucking sick. And they let it go for way too long. By the time he went to the hospital, he couldn't walk. So, like, they had to bring him in. He was there for 5 days. I talked to him. He was babbling nonsense. Like, nothing made any fucking sense. They put him on a shit ton of antibiotics, IVs, Mamador, and kept him in there for 5 days, figured out what it was. They knew it was from a tick immediately. And now he's still having trouble. Like, he's home, but, like, you know, the neighbors have come over and mowed their lawn. Like,
that's nice.
Yeah, they live in a they live in a little community, a cul-de-sac, right? That
we live in a society.
Yeah, they've known everybody for years. So, he is feeling better day by day, which is good. So, you know, but that was really shitty, man. My fucking family cannot stay out of the hospital. I was
your family is fucked, dude. Like, every couple months, something else is going on.
Yeah, it's very stressful.
Yeah. It's good they have neighbors that they know, because, I mean, my parents have lived in their house for over 30 years, and they hate their neighbors.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, someone made them a huge casserole, just chock full of veggies, cupcakes.
Hell yeah.
Like,
dude, casseroles are like the ultimate terrible for you, but it's got veggies food, you know?
Yeah, so you know, that was what it was. But before we move into our final subjects, the big beautiful bill, I don't really know exactly what it entails, but I do know what the eventual outcome is, and that is, like, putting the government, like, significantly more in debt than we already are, which doesn't fucking matter. But the whole thing that Trump ran on...
Here's the thing, though. It's starting to matter.
What do you mean?
It's actually starting to matter.
Why is that?
The government is so far in debt, it's actually coming to a head now.
So what's going to happen?
So right now, I've listened to stuff talking about this. So right now, did you know 1/5 of our taxes go just to interest payments every year?
The fuck?
Just to pay off.
Why are we paying
because
for it?
What do you mean? That's how the government makes money.
We didn't spend it. We didn't spend the money. I didn't spend the money.
So the U.S. government, I don't remember. Do you know what the debt's at right now? Something, however many trillion.
I know after Bush, it was at 22 trillion.
Here, hold on. Current U.S. debt. We're at $36 trillion in debt.
Oh,
now, when you say that, that's a number that's so astronomically high. The average person cannot figure out, like, what that actually means. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Elon Musk is I think he's still the richest person in the world right now. At like 500 or 400 billion or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
And this is levels of exponential above that. I mean, it's exponential. It's ungodly how much money we owe. But the next logical question is, who do we owe that money to? Like, where are we getting the money? And the answer is other countries.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So we owe money to other countries, right? Why are they still loaning us more money? Because we fail to get rid of the debt every single year. So we need to borrow more every single year.
Yep.
Why are they still loaning us money? Well, it's because they get interest, right? So they loan us money and then we pay them back with interest every single year, every quarter, or whatever, right? Right now, it used to be like if a country loaned the US money, they got like 5% interest back, which when it's trillions of dollars is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Nobody is accepting that anymore. There's not a single country in the world that is willing to loan us money at that interest now.
Okay.
We are having to go up to like 15% interest rates to get people to loan us more money.
I wonder
now,
if that's why
back in like
there's talks of secession.
Yeah. There's a lot of talks for different things, but like back in 2008, you remember when Greece had like this huge fucking downturn in their economy and like it completely flipped? Their interest rates were like 15+%.
Okay.
When that started happening.
All right.
So we are now getting to the point as a country where people like other countries are no longer willing to loan us the money that we need for the government to keep running. And this like a lot of the reasons why a lot of people that are conservative or middle of the road voted for Trump is because he said specifically, we are going to shut down government spending we are going to
over and over.
That is the one thing that he was like, this is what we're going to do. And it's the one thing that conservatives are known for doing. That's their whole fucking thing is like, we do not spend the money. We fix the budget, which is not true. If you look at like, it's never been true. It does not work. They've never been good at balancing the budget ever, but that is what they say. Right. And that's what people think of when you think of Republicans. This bill has been called by other right-wing like senators and like political commentators and stuff a betrayal, because it is such a massive amount of government spending and it's getting rid of avenues of income for the government too. So like, because they're lowering taxes, which everybody loves, right? We all love lowering taxes. We are losing. They're going to make so what's in this bill is the Trump tax cuts from, I believe, 2017. They are supposed to roll over this year and expire.
Sure.
Right. This bill would make them permanent, not have a date in the future where they roll over again. It would be permanent in the system.
And these are tax cuts mostly for billionaires, correct?
Yes, it is for, I believe, if you have $900,000 a year and over, or 940,000 and over. So like that's where the majority of it goes. There are some for the middle class, like it's not entirely that, but the people who are going to be like severely benefiting are millionaire plus. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's the first thing that it does. The other things that it does is like there's a couple different places that you can get money from for like to save money in the government, right?
Yeah.
Because we have a few things that we spend the majority of our money on. The military, right?
Yep.
Social Security, like Medicare, Medicaid, that sort of thing. Like those are the two real big ones. There's not a single Republican in the fucking world that's going to cut the military budget. In fact, they're adding like an extra, I don't remember, it's like 300 billion or something. So where are they getting that money from? Well, the answer is they're cutting, I can't remember if it's Medicare or Medicaid because I always get the two confused.
Medicaid.
But essentially their way of getting the money is they are cutting health benefits for the poor and the old.
Yeah, that we've all paid into our entire lives.
Yeah. So
hell yeah.
They're like, yeah. Oh, and people who they're also cutting benefits for people who are disabled. So to be considered disabled is now going to be even harder. Like they're not changing the pool of money for it. They're changing the people who qualify for it.
Right.
So now it's like, if you can like lift your pinky finger, well, you can work, you can type with that, so that's where they're trying to get the money from, right? So those are the things that are going on in that bill. In addition, there's a bunch of other things. One of the other things that's in that bill that's like quietly put in that I learned about is that bill will also ban any state from regulating AI for the next decade. It would have to be regulated at the federal level.
Wow.
So that's another fun one. And this is in a this is in a job, or not a job, but like this is in a sphere where like the leaders in the AI space are begging the government for regulation. The people who like are the CEOs of like OpenAI, Anthropic, like the big AI companies in America are saying, please do government regulation on this. It's too dangerous to not. And this big beautiful bill is like, nope. Nope, nobody can do it except for the federal government.
It's
actually.
big and it's beautiful. Fuck you. Like,
So those are, I don't know like a ton about the bill in general, but like those are like the overarching things that I know about it. So nobody is happy with it. It passed the House by one vote. It was like, what is it, 216 to 215? Or what, however many people it is in the House.
Sure.
And now it is going to the Senate. And I believe it just needs a simple majority as opposed to a super majority.
Crazy.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. But the other big thing, the reason that like, you know, Republican people are calling it a betrayal is because it is a massive spending bill. It is the polar opposite of what Trump said he was going to do in office.
That the Republicans are still voting for it.
Yeah, there is literally zero saving. They are not balancing the budget. They are not fixing the debt crisis at all. And we are coming up to a point now where that debt crisis is becoming a reality that our generation and the generations behind us are actually going to have to deal with.
Who owns most of our debt?
We probably have, I think China.
I think China has the majority.
Who owns
this is funny. What a
US
fucking
debt?
losing streak. It's beautiful. We're so fucked. This is why I stopped paying attention.
So actually 15 trillion, 42% is held by US private investors and entities.
Oh, our billionaires.
Mostly in the form of saving bonds, mutual funds, and pension funds.
Cool.
20% is held by intra-government US agencies and trusts. 4% is held by the Federal Reserve. And there's other, but basically we're getting to the point where nobody's willing to buy our trusts and our bonds anymore. And one of the things that is, you know, helping the US is that the world runs on the US dollar, right?
For now.
So yes, for now. But right now, it's something like, I think the statistic is 90% of trading done between two countries or like businesses that are in different countries are done on the US dollar, where one side is exchanging American dollars. So like, even if there's a country, like there's a business in Japan that is trading with a business in England, 90% of the time they're still using the US dollar.
Sure.
So because it's the world reserve currency, we have like more trailway than most countries would at this point.
Yeah.
Because everybody still uses our money, but it's getting to a point that's bad.
Okay. What's the Chinese currency? Yuan?
Yeah, I think it's yuan.
Oh yeah. Chinese century. Let's go. Move to China, guys. Move to China if you can. Fucking move to China. Your family will be better off.
There's good things and bad things about Xi Jinping, okay? Like,
it's good things and bad things about Trump. Except they're all bad.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? You're better off in China. You are better off in China. You actually,
listen, he is a dictator. But China's done pretty damn well under him overall.
Yeah, and Trump is basically a dictator, and America's done really bad under him. So let's Chinese century. I'm on Team China. Hell yeah, dude. I'm on Team China.
What was it? Do you know the streamer I Show Speed?
Heard of him? Yeah. Is he
Yeah,
the
he's, like,
jumpy
one of the
guy
biggest
who does
streamers.
like flips and shit?
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah, okay.
He jumped over a car, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Insane.
Yeah. He travels the world in streams, and he does, like, you know, he travels to different countries. He traveled to China, and they liked him so much that the government gave him a 10-year visa to come back anytime.
That's awesome. See what I mean? You gotta pay for that in America. You gotta pay what is it, like a $1 billion to get a Trump gold card?
Oh no, it's only 5 million.
Oh, 5 million.
Yeah.
You too.
Well, I did learn
dream.
that, like, we already had that in place. It was just at a lower amount, and obviously it wasn't called the Trump gold card, but you could already do that for like $1 million.
Oh, my aching ass. I can't. All right, well, let's move on to video games. Sure. Tyler, how was your video game week? Before we get into it, let's take a quick break so I can get another drink and take a piss.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Be right back, everybody. All right, well, I am back. Today is a Nintendo Switch 2 launch day. So Devin was like, "Hey, see if you can grab one online, you know, at midnight when they go live at Walmart." I went on to the link she sent me. Walmart's entire website is just broken. Could not get onto it. It was an absolute mess. They sold out instant fucking taneously. So Devin was already set up to go out early this morning, wait in line, and get her Nintendo Switch. So she shows up to Walmart at like 5:30 in the morning. They open at 6. Nobody's there. Around 6 o'clock, apparently somebody showed up, went and stood in front of the door. So Devin goes and stands in front of the door. She gets her Switch 2, right away. And then, didn't tell me that she actually got it. So, how much was it after taxes? I don't know. Devin would have to say, but it was probably like, $650, I think, probably for that. And it comes with Mario Kart, but it's a digital only download. I've touched it. I played around with it. It's nice. I don't know what else to say. It feels good in the hands. The new Joy-Cons are a lot better feeling individually on their own than the old ones are.
Does it feel like it's worth buying for $600 fucking dollars?
Yes. Only because it is a handheld that does 1080p 60 FPS handheld. That is uncommon. It's also going to play Nintendo Switch games.
Right.
It's not too bad docked. I think it does 4K docked. But even the Steam Deck doesn't do 1080p. It does.
Oh, really?
It's like 1080 by like 800 or something like that. I don't know, 1920 by 800. The screen is a weird size. So when things go to the Steam Deck, it needs to be able to be put into that. specific size. Most games can, but it's strange.
That's weird though.
Yeah, it's more square than windowed. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit more squared than a typical 1920 by 1080 window. So, therefore, the Switch 2 has better resolution. It's got more power. The battery life is dick, but it does feel good in the hands. It's a lot bigger than your Switch, and is significantly bigger than my Switch. So it's got a nice screen. The buttons on the Joy-Cons are bigger. That makes
that's nice. That's really nice.
Yeah, they're a little bit bigger. They're not as protruded as the ones on the regular Switch.
I don't know if Devin's working right now, but if you just like bring it in so that we can see it, you know, just bring it on camera, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't even know if she's like technically listening, but yeah, if you want to do that, go for it, Devin. And we can like give it a look. There's no menu music still. You only got dark mode and light mode, but when you turn it on, there's like a cool little like boop,
customization, right?
All the icons like come up in this cute little like, you know, they like pop up on the screen and shit like that. The highlight is like a purpley rainbow like neon text like thing, which is cool. And I haven't played Mario Kart yet, but it brought like all of Devin's games over really quickly. Is the GameCube Online game service available yet? Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's launch, but I ain't paying for that. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, I got Dolphin.
It doesn't just come with your online account. You have to buy it.
You separately? Have to. There's multiple tiers of Nintendo Online, and like the one
tiers for fucking everything.
Yeah,
man.
and the one for like all of the like retro stuff and everything like that's like $100 for the year or something like that. It's really expensive.
I was trying to play a game that I found out about yesterday called Blueprints, and I had watched some streamers that I like play it, and I was like, this game looks really cool and interesting. Jack and I could play it together. It's like a puzzle solving game. I mean, to like give a small bit of backstory on it, it is the story of the game is like I think it's like your great uncle or like your uncle died and leaves you his estate.
Okay.
And it is a 45-room estate, and in his will he says you are able to, you will own this home if you can find the 46th room in my 45-room estate. And basically, and he gives you a bunch of rules, like you can't stay in the house overnight, that sort of thing, but you got to go find this room. And basically when you walk in, your map shows you where the room is, and you have to get there. And your starting room has 3 different doors, and when you go up to a door, you get to choose between 3 options what the next room is, and it can be like a observatory or a laboratory or, you know, a security room or a bedroom, right? And these all have different effects, and they all have different doors, and it's trying to make your way up to that in the certain number, in the amount of energy you have each day. It looks really interesting.
Cool.
And I was like, oh, that looks really fun. I want to play that. It's $30 or it's like $22 on Steam or something like that, like 10% off or something. I'll buy that. But first, it's on Game Pass. Hell yeah, we have Game Pass. I go onto our Xbox. Oh, we would have to upgrade to Game Pass Ultimate.
Cool. Oh my god.
So I was like, fuck that. Well, if it's on Game Pass, maybe it's on PS Plus. So I go on to PlayStation. It's on PS Plus, but I'd have to upgrade my PS Plus.
Like
Plus
Elite Max
whatever.
or whatever. Yeah. So they have a retro thing too with that as well. Like, you know,
I was like, ridiculous. Fucking goddamn it, fine. I'll just buy the fucking thing. I want to play it with. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's a good looking system. It does look nice.
There's little buttons on the back that like push the Joy-Con out.
Oh, okay.
Cool. And then like they really do, like they just snap right in.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Sorry, 1 second, gotta press L and R on the controllers. But yeah, like if you go to the menu, like this is the way the menu looks, but there's like, I don't know if it's hard to see, but see how the color around it is like kind of like my background lights and stuff like that. Yeah, it's neat. I mean, you know, it's a Switch, but it is bigger, it is better, it is.
I mean, it looks like a Switch that got a nice patch. You know, like
it's a lot bigger too. Oh, you can play as a little snowman. All right, Devin. If you want to take it back, take it back. Um,
Thanks, Devin.
Thank you, Devin. Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm like, fine. I guess I can't just play this game on PS Plus or Game Pass, which we have both of. So I would have to spend more fucking money that I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, fine, I'll just buy it on Xbox because that's what we have in the bedroom. So that way we can play together like before bed or something. So I buy it on Xbox and the damn thing won't download. And we have an Xbox One in there. It's only compatible with the Xbox One Series S or X, not just a straight Xbox One. So I'm like, fucking, okay. So I go onto my computer, I request a refund, I explain why, I assume I'll have no problems with that. And then I go onto the PS5 and buy it on there. So I still haven't played the damn thing, but I at least have it. But multiple people that like I've been watching for years, I tend to like the games that they play. They have put like 50 hours into this fucking game. They say it's great. It's like their game of the year so far.
Jeez.
So I'm gonna check it out. It should be a good time.
Right.
I'm very interested in it. Otherwise though, like I've been playing 2 other games.
Well, before we get into those, yesterday Sony did their state of play.
I actually watched Unreal's state of play. I actually sent you the video.
Oh, no shit.
For The Witcher 4.
Yeah, The Witcher 4. Witcher 4 is coming out. They didn't give a date though, right?
No. Okay. So what I sent you, and it wasn't for Sony state of play. It was Unreal Engine, like Unreal the company, did a state of play in collaboration with CG Projekt Red, where they used The Witcher 4 to show off what the new Unreal Engine is capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how the game's coming along. I don't know how well it's gonna play. It looks amazing. I mean, it looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. And you said it will run on like older hardware really well, right?
They are like, in the tech demo that they showed, it was being played on a standard PS5. They weren't even using like a computer or anything.
Right.
And it looked amazing, 60 frames a second, like, and like the graphics were just phenomenal. The trees looked amazing. The foliage looked amazing. Like, it was really, really well done. They were showing like they were capable of having like 300 NPCs on screen, all doing different actions
with ray tracing too on a regular PS5.
With ray tracing on
60 FPS.
Yes.
Yeah.
So by the time it releases, it'll be a PS exclusive. Yeah. I mean, I would recommend, if you're interested in like, you know, the evolution of like gaming, you know, graphics and stuff, check out that video. Watch the one that's on IGN, not the one that's on the Witcher channel, because the one that's on IGN is longer and actually gives you. So you have to watch some of both. You have to watch the Witcher one because you get the intro cinematic, which is really cool, and then switch over to the IGN one, which shows you more of the tech demo than the Witcher one does.
Yeah. Oh my God, Elon. Devin, come get your Switch. Elon tweeted 38 minutes ago, without me, Trump would have lost the election, Dems would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. This guy's on drugs right now. The girlies are fighting. But yeah, so that makes a lot of sense though. Like, honestly, like, that's the smartest thing to do. I think CD Projekt Red learned their lesson with Cyberpunk.
Hopefully.
When Cyberpunk came out, nobody could fucking play it because it was it was a power hog. It was an absolute power hog. They had to work on it and work on it and work on it. But the thing that would make the most sense is to get the absolute best performance out of lower grade hardware, because people can afford the lower grade hardware, and then you sell more games. That just makes sense. So that's really cool. The Sony State of Play was pretty fucking boring. You get a little bit more about the Ghost of Yote, which I think is going to be really fun. I think you have a wolf companion and you play as a woman, so that's sweet.
Awesome, great, yeah. Definitely. I think I actually know who the voice actor is for her.
Like, personally, or
no. Just like I think she's one of like the people from Dropout.
Oh, okay.
Which is like what College Humor is now.
Cool. All right. So there's that. I mean, the whole thing was boring. They're doing a HD remake-y type thing of Final Fantasy Tactics, which is cool. I love when they do that for old RPGs. The rest of it, I didn't give a shit about. There was one called Something is a Dead Man. That looked interesting. I don't know if it's ever going to come out. That one did look fun. It's hyper-violence science fiction. It's like got a little bit of Chainsaw Man in it, like that kind of thing. That
sounds very cool.
Super cool.
You're still missing out on the best game of the fucking year. You have to play Expedition 33.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, well,
you've got to do it.
We'll get to it. Oh, yes, you're right. Silent Hill F looks fucking cool. That looks really fucking cool. Newest Silent Hill takes place in Japan. Young Japanese girl. Like, it looks really fucking cool. You know, it's a big departure from Silent Hill. Whatever, you know, Silent Hill has always been. It's an American thing, but regardless, I mean, it's made by Konami, so it's a Japanese game, but it's always taking place in America and Silent fucking Hill, but whatever. But honestly, like, all of that
let the man cook.
All of that meant nothing, because the last game was like, it comes on, right? And it's got this, like, cartoony, you know, sketching thing going on, Japanese voices, right? And then it switches, and it's Captain America's shield, right? Getting, like, drawn in and turning, you know, getting colored in, and all of a sudden it's got Arc System Works. The logo for Arc System Works comes up on screen. Now, you don't know who Arc System Works is, I'm assuming. They are the minds behind Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Right?
Okay.
These guys have made arguably the best fighting games over the past 8-9 years, right? Like, they have it. Dragon Ball Fighter Z was a humongous success. Very fun game. Beautiful. You know? Like...
Yeah, it was a great looking game. Yeah.
So, like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Right? Like, a Marvel fighting game made by Arc System Works? Okay, so then it shows Captain America and Iron Man, right? They're fighting. All of a sudden, the same screen, fucking, Star-Lord comes in, starts shooting, blah, blah, blah. And then Miss Marvel comes in, she's fucking, you know, fighting. This is actual gameplay footage, too. We're like, okay, it's a 2-on-2 Marvel fighter by Arc System Works. You know, they're jumping in the air, there's air combos. Are we
talking... Is it 3D, 2D? Like, what is...
It's a 2D fighting plane, right? So, like, a classic, you know, fighting game. With semi, you know, like 3D characters, right?
Sure.
So it's like a little more... It's a little bit more 3D than Dragon Ball Fighter Z, but not much, right?
Got it.
Same, like, hectic, crazy gameplay... but like, right, and then we're like, okay, I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, it's a 2v2 Marvel fighting game. Well, all of a sudden, Spider-Man comes in on one side, and fucking Storm comes in on the other side, and you're like, okay, Storm is back. All right, it's a 3v3 Marvel fighter. This is crazy. And then Doctor Doom comes in, and fucking another, I don't even remember the last character comes in, and it's a 4v4 Marvel fighting game where not only can you do 4 characters, but you can also choose to do 1 character and have 3 assists, which means it's like it's got a mode in it that, like, it's like a Capcom versus SNK mode, right? It's a ratio thing where, like, Capcom versus SNK, you could play with 1 character that had a lot of health, or versus 3 characters that had, you know, less health, but you have more characters, right? So it's got this crazy thing, and my mind's blown. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because we haven't had a Marvel versus game since when we were at PAX the first time that we met. Remember? Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Like 2016.
Right, but that wasn't a true sequel to Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And there has been no Marvel tag game that wasn't done by Capcom.
Right.
And everybody's been waiting for Marvel 4. Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Well, this is why it's not happening, because Marvel and Sony teamed up with fucking Arc System Works to make the first ever 4v4 fighting game with Marvel.
On mobile only. Oh.
No, it said PC and PS5. But
I was
this is nuts. Capcom, after 30 years almost of working with Marvel exclusively,
crazy.
just slapped in the fucking cock. Nope, we're giving it to Arc System Works. They made Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and not only that, but all the Marvel characters are Japanese as fuck, dude. Like, the guys who are working with Arc System Works, I guess Arc System Works were sending character designs over, and they're like, no, like, we want to see our characters
like
made,
your version of it.
Yeah, so like Iron Man's a fucking Gundam, dude. Like, it's sick. It, like, and the thing is like, I think the wider gaming community doesn't understand how big a deal this was, because people were commenting under it and they're like, yo, what the fuck, this is the whole fucking thing flew out the water when they when they announced this game, and everybody's like, dude, nobody cares about fucking Marvel comics anymore, nobody cares about Marvel video games anymore. And they're like, dude, it's not just a Marvel video game, you fucking morons. Like, this is Marvel versus Capcom shit. Like, this is huge. So I watched Maximilian Dude's reaction to it, and he was just screaming. He was like, what the fuck? Like, because nobody knew that this was coming. Same with Matt McMuscles. Same with Justin Wong. Like, the whole community is blowing up. This is like one of the craziest things that's happened in video games in the longest time. Like, you know, Capcom's been putting out the Marvel vs. Capcom collections. They've been putting out the Capcom fighting game collections, and all of a sudden Arc System Works, it's got this huge, groundbreaking fighting game coming out that is going to blow everything up. It's going to completely blow everything. It's so cool. It's called like Marvel Toko, like something, and everybody's like, what the fuck is that title? You know what I mean?
Does that mean?
It's out of control. It's out of control. Like, if you haven't looked at Guilty Gear, I've been playing Guilty Gear a little bit recently on stream, but like, the art is amazing. It's beautiful. You know, nothing else is like it. So I'm super excited for that. Oh, way above all of the other games they announced. But yeah, let's talk about what we've been playing. Why don't you go ahead with yours first?
I've got two games. You know, one of them. I've been playing Elden Ring Night Rain. I've been playing with Grant. I've been playing with Sammy. I want to talk about that game in a second. I'll end with that. But the other thing I've still been playing Hitman World of Assassination.
Yeah.
Which is Hitman 3. I love stealth games in general, and Hitman's a great stealth game. Super fun. The mechanics are great. And like, once you understand how it works, you can really manipulate the world really well, and it's really, really fun.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I played through the entire storyline. I got, Silent Assassin on every story. And I was watching, some gameplay and like videos about Hitman. And one of them was about this mode called Freelancer in Hitman that they added on.
Mm-hmm.
And Hitman Freelancer might be the best stealth game ever made.
What is it?
It is... The problem with stealth games is that once you have played through it, you know how it's done, right? And there's not really a lot to figure out. You can do the exact same thing again every single time, and it'll work every single time.
Yeah. Hitman
Freelancer is a roguelike stealth game in the world of Hitman.
Okay.
Where you have a safe house, you start with nothing. You have 0 weapons, 0 guns, nothing.
Oh, yeah, I fucked around with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to go into... You basically have to take down multiple syndicates in a row, and each syndicate consists of a series of levels where you have to kill anywhere from like 1 to 4 people in them. And you go in, you have to do the mission. There are things that you can do to acquire money, which you can use to buy guns, and the guns and weapons that you find, you can take back out, and some of them you get to keep, depending on whether or not they have a certain amount of rarity to them.
Right.
Anytime you die in that mode, you lose everything that's on you and half of your money. And if you die on like certain levels, like where the level is alerted or the territory is alerted, you lose immediately. If you die at the end of a syndicate where you're trying to take down the leader, you lose immediately and you have to start the run completely over.
Right.
It is a phenomenal stealth experience because every single time you're going in, you don't know where the person's going to be that you're going to have to kill, and you don't really know what you're going to have to bring in, and you're sort of just like guessing based on, well, I know that this level like has a lot of locked doors. I should bring a lockpick. Do I even have a lockpick? Okay, if I don't have a lockpick, should I bring like a silenced SMG so I can blow open doors? Do I even have a silenced SMG? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I got my first silenced pistol, I was too scared to bring it into levels because I was scared I was going to lose it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I struggled with this game for like a week or two plus. And I finally got on a run this week where I could not be stopped. And I beat the entire campaign. And I have like 4 silenced pistols now. I have like 5 silenced snipers now. It's like I finally have like this arsenal that I've been building up over weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And now I go into a level kitted out as shit and I'm taking things down so easily. But like it's still not easy because yesterday I was playing through a level that I like know it is. When I pick a syndicate, it's the first level I look for. So I'm like, this is an easy level. I know I can do it. I have a route for it. No problem. I know how to get the best disguise, get a silenced weapon, which are rare to get in game. I got this down. No problem. I fucking died on the level and lost a legendary silenced pistol.
Oh no.
And I had enough money to buy a legendary sniper and I lost half of it.
See,
and I was
you
like,
love roguelites, so I
fucker.
fucking hate that shit. That makes me so frustrated. Like, it makes me so frustrated.
A phenomenal game mode. Anybody who likes stealth games, I highly recommend playing that mode. If you haven't played Hitman 3, play through the game first so that you get the core mechanics down. You understand like how NPCs react and how the stealth system works. But once you have a handle on that, that is such a fun mode to play.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh yeah.
And
before you get into Night Rain, let me just all right.
Go
So I've been getting back into streaming. I've been getting back on the grind. I
hate it when you play fighting games. It's the worst.
Why? Because I just get so fucking mad.
You get so invested. You get so engrossed into it. Nothing gets done. We don't make videos. It's just Mike gets up. He streams a fighting game. He gets mad, and then he's too tired to do anything else.
So, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves came out. I am a big Fatal Fury Mark of the Wolves fan. Was one of the best looking 2D fighting games that ever came out. That and like Street Fighter Third Strike. It's been 25 years or something like that since City or Mark of the Wolves came out. So very hype for this game. It comes out and I'm playing it and I'm loving it. There's a lot of creativity and expression that you can do with like combinations and punishment and stuff like that. A lot of the characters are pretty neat. I don't hate playing against any specific character, which is nice. And just having a fun time with it. However, it's SNK. It's not Capcom. It's not Street Fighter. So there's new things to learn because SNK games are wacky, right? Like a lot more jumping, right? In Street Fighter, you got to be really careful about jumping because people get used to it. They're going to anti-air you. They're going to do all sorts of crazy shit. Well, jumping is just a part of the mix-up in SNK games, so it's taken me a long time to get used to that. Their inputs are weird. So like Dragon Punch, for instance, or Shoryuken, is always forward, down, down, forward. That's the motion. So it's like, like that, like an L, like a or like a 60-degree angle, right? You go whoop like that.
Sure.
In SNK games, it's so loose that you can just do forward, down, forward, forward. So it's just like like that, right? And that'll come out. However, that fucks up with quarter circle forward motions. So like you'll be trying to do a fireball, and you'll end up just like launching into the air. And then you get the fucking shit smacked out of you. So, like, getting used to all of that has been difficult. But the problem is the beta test for the game went badly. the connection wasn't good. So a lot of people were like looking down on the game. They're like, I don't think it's going to be good when it comes out. And then there's an additional issue. SNK or something was like bought by Saudi Arabia. Which is very strange. If you don't know SNK, they're the ones who do Metal Slug, like old arcade games, shit like that. Very classic. I'm loving the new fight stick. I did get a new fight stick. I needed one because PS5 is ridiculous. Sick. Thank you. Yeah, like I made new art for it. That's coming in. I got new buttons. I'll show it off when it comes in and I mod it out.
When it's all done. Yeah.
SNK does King of Fighters, blah blah blah, whatever. So it's just different. I was having fun playing it. The other issues were that they added in real people into the game as characters, and the choices were very strange. One is like the greatest soccer player in the world.
Currently?
Roberto, I think his name is. Does anybody know the name of the guy? I think it's Roberto. Not a lot of people play him because he's pretty complicated, but he is also like an alleged rapist. So people are upset about
weird.
that. Yeah. Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is the guy.
That's who I assumed you were talking about.
Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo. Apparently there's some alleged sexual assault / rape in his case. So
he's been the best soccer player in the world for like a decade.
yeah. So people are pretty upset about that.
Does he even still does he still play anymore, or is he retired?
I don't know. And then the other character is Salvatore Ganacci, who is a like an EMD, that's the electronic music and dance or something like that. He's an electronic EDM. He's an EDM guy that's like super duper popular in Saudi Arabia. So they put him into the game. People like him though. That's fine. I think the main issue is Ronaldo. You know, whenever you see somebody playing him, you're like, you know. So,
yeah. I mean, he is like one of the biggest like celebrities in the world. So I get it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you know,
he is like the most followed person in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's how big like for people like us, like you're not into soccer at all. I don't watch soccer at all anymore. Cristiano Ronaldo's like whatever, but I know soccer. Cristiano Ronaldo has been at the top of soccer for over a decade. Like he's that fucking good and he's that fucking popular.
He's like,
so I get it.
Soccer Tom Brady, except for global.
Tom Brady fucking wishes. Like, honestly, though. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, I get it. He's like the soccer Babe Ruth, except for global.
Yes.
The soccer Wayne Gretzky, except for global. I get it. So
this Cristiano Ronaldo.
The thing though is that this is a fighting game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
I don't think a lot of fighting game players are like, yeah, hell yeah, soccer dude in our fucking game. Like, you know, sure, thanks Saudi Arabia. Like, weird.
Manchester, I think he was. I mean, he played for Manchester years ago.
You should look up the allegations.
Anymore, right?
I want to know exactly what those were because people are pissed about it. But regardless, so having fun with that. But then I decided, I was like, you know what? If I'm getting back into fighting games, I want to actually go start doing my locals. The problem is that I live in anime country, which is strange for me to say is a problem when I'm an anime YouTuber. But anime fighting games are very different from classic fighting games like Street Fighter and SNK. So I had to, if I want to go and play, I got to play Guilty Gear, essentially. Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, Melty Blood, like that kind of stuff. So I picked up Guilty Gear, started playing with Bridget, having a lot of fun. I like Bridget, like her yo-yos. She's very zippy. She's all around the place. But then I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be like playing that too, I might as well pick Street Fighter 6 back up. So I went back onto Street Fighter 6. They put out a new balance patch. Ryu is now the meta. It's all about Ryu. It used to be Ken and, you know, a couple other people, Ken and Mai.
Okay, so a little thing. Funny enough, he went back to Manchester a couple years ago. No, hold on.
Okay, so
Cristiano Ronaldo played or plays for a Saudi Arabian team.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. People don't like that. And it got to, like, the launch of the game did so badly that the CEO quit.
Wow.
The CEO of SNK left, which, you know, in Japan, that's like the ultimate disgrace. You know, like, so hopefully it picks back up. You know,
he currently plays for a Saudi Arabian team.
Yep, makes sense.
Called Al Nasser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been accused of doing some bad stuff. Not exactly sure 100% what it was, but it definitely put a bit of a on the game. So fighting games have long lives. Street Fighter V like had a horrible launch, ended up doing pretty good over time. The other issue with SNK with King of Fighters is that, Fatal Fury, is that they wanted to make it like very beginner friendly, like Street Fighter 6, right? Street Fighter 6 added in modern controls. Like, you played with the modern controls. You know what I mean?
I
it was
did,
button, you do crazy shit. Well, SNK tried to do that with Fatal Fury. It's a very complicated game, and it didn't help. So there's that. But yeah, so I've been playing all over fighting game world. I have yet to stream Capcom Fighting Collection 2 or 3 or whatever hell one is out there, but they put back out Rival Schools. I'm going to be playing Rival Schools. I'm super excited. Capcom versus SNK 1 and 2. It's like fighting game time right now. It's so good. I'm really happy about it, and that's about all that's going on. All right, go on your endless night rain rant. Here we go.
Well, first of all, just play Expedition 33.
Oh, yeah.
It is going to be your game of the year. It is one of the best games that has been made in the last decade.
Okay.
It's that good.
Damn.
I mean, it is on the level of like a Persona 5. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's the type of thing that everybody should play, and it is worth playing, and it has accessibility options so anybody can play it.
Hold on for a second.
Sure.
Yeah, it was rape, by the way, from Cristiano Ronaldo. Woman's bid to force Cristiano Ronaldo to pay millions more than the $375,000 in hush money he paid her after she claimed he raped her in Las Vegas in 2009. So, and now he's playing for the Saudis, which we know how Saudi culture is talked about, at least.
They probably paid him a lot of money.
yeah, and he was probably like, "Oh, cool! I love your culture." Yeah. Like, hell yeah, match made in heaven right there. Great. Anyway, okay, so Expedition 33 fucking rules.
Yeah,
essentially,
it fucking rules. It's a phenomenal story. It's fantastic gameplay. I do not think I've played a better turn-based game. Okay. That game feels great for a turn-based game. It almost doesn't feel like a turn-based game with how it plays, because there's so many always actions, something, right? Because there's so much that you are doing in terms of blocking and parrying. Like, normally you play normally you play a turn-based game and you go and then the other person goes, and if you're lucky they miss, you know, or you dodge, right? And there's like a certain % chance that happens, right? Mm-hmm. That's not how this game works at all.
Right.
If you dodge or if you parry, that is completely on you and you hitting the buttons at the right time.
You should play Paper Mario. That's what Paper Mario's like. It's fucking sick. Like, I know, like, when I saw...
Yeah, I have played Paper Mario.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's just like that, where, like, you can, you know, block,
this is
take
better,
damage away.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. But the game is phenomenally good. The story is phenomenally good. It hits you where it hurts a lot. Mm-hmm. And in a good way, you know? It's the type of game where if we ran a gaming channel, we would make a video on it. 100%. Yeah. It is so much fun, and it is the first game that company has made.
Damn. What's the company?
They worked for it on like 6 years. It's Sandfall Interactive, I believe.
French, right?
They're French. They have a bunch of vets that left Ubisoft and formed their own company.
Sick. Yeah, fuck Ubisoft. Yeah. Fucking Cristiano Ronaldo company.
Yeah. I believe it's on Game Pass. If you have like the Ultimate Game Pass, you can play it on that. Right. But honestly, just support the devs and buy that game. It's that good.
Hell yeah.
It is legitimately that fucking good.
Word.
Otherwise, and Mike needs to play it because he will like it and enjoy it, and it's really fun.
I'm sure I would. Yeah.
Otherwise, The enemy design is so good. Yeah, the enemy design is also just phenomenal. That game's so fucking fun. It's so good. And you can break it. Like, when you get far enough in, you can fucking break that game where you are doing ungodly damage and you can one-shot everything if you want to.
Yeah, I love that in RPGs. That's the problem with
Yeah.
Square, is that like Square's like, oh, you think you're a fucking you're the beast? Yeah, like here's the 2 hour long secret final boss. You know what I mean?
Well, this has secret, like, you beat the game and then there's so much more to do.
Okay.
You know?
Cool. Love
like
that.
you can do so much end game stuff, but you don't have to. Like, the story's over, but it's there if you want it, you know?
Right.
The other game obviously is Elden Ring Night Ring. Came out like what, not even a week ago now, I think, or maybe we're like closing in. Yeah, like we're closing in on a week. Came out to mixed reviews. A lot of people like it, a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure on Steam it is the worst reviewed FromSoft game. What difficulty did I play? I played it on whatever you're supposed to play it on. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck the normal. I didn't play it on like the expert mode or whatever.
Worst reviewed, you said.
But what was that?
Night Rain is the worst reviewed FromSoft game.
Yeah, I believe it's the worst reviewed FromSoft game on Steam ever. That being said, I think a lot of it has a couple issues. One issue is that it can be very difficult to get into a game just because of the way they made the game.
As a fighting game player, I understand that pain.
So like, for people who have not played this game and are interested, essentially the way that it works is you choose one of 8 characters. That is your class, quote unquote. It's really a character more than a class, but it's like, you know, you have specific things that you're good at. Like if you play, for example, the Duchess, she's very dexterity based. So you want to find claws, you want to find daggers, you know, you want to find things that are dexterous based rapiers, that sort of thing, right? If you're playing like the Recluse, you want magic stuff, you want stabs, you want to find incants, you know, that sort of stuff in the game. And you really don't want to stray from that sort of thing.
What about the Revenant? I know Revenant uses like Spirit Ash type
Revenant's
stuff.
spirits. Yeah.
So how do you like build her up?
She's very similar to the Recluse in terms of that you do spells and incants primarily.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Are they new, though?
there's basically
are they new spells designed for this game?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. All the spells and all the items are all from Elden Ring.
Okay. It's just her specials that are Spirit Ashes.
The specials are Spirit Ashes, and then her starting weapon is Spirit Ashes. Everybody's starting weapon is like unique to their class.
All right.
But essentially, you go through the map. You get dropped in randomly, sort of like Fortnite. You have a map that shows you like the different places that are around you. You go, you beat bosses as quickly as you can, gather as many levels and items that you can that work for your class, because each item, even if you're not using it, like each weapon, has a secondary effect. As long as it's in your equipment, it also activates.
Right.
So you might have a weapon that, like, if you do enough successive attacks, you get a small shield that negates damage.
Right.
So, like, that can be really, really good if you're playing Duchess or if you're playing the Executor, for example, who's like a katana-based character.
Yeah.
You play through night
Executor?
one.
I swear to God it was Executor.
I don't know.
Because there's other people online who call him Executor, and I'm like, pretty sure it's Executor.
I've never heard it said, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's other people who say that. I don't know. Dude, fucking regardless, I'm an asshole. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you play through, you eventually, like, the night closes in, which is essentially the Fortnite circle closing in on you, pushing you towards where the boss of that night will be. Eventually you have to go there, you fight the first boss of the night, then you have a second day where you can go collect more things, level up more, and then the second night closes in, you fight the second boss. If you beat that boss, you immediately go to a special arena for day 3, where you have a chance to like buy things from a shop and level up, and then you fight the night boss of that night. And if you beat the night boss or the night lord, then you win that run, essentially. Right. And that's the cycle of the game. This takes like 45 minutes. It's not short. It's a pretty long cycle.
Time investment.
Yeah. The thing that makes it difficult for matchmaking is that before you get into a game, you have to choose which night boss you want to fight. And there's 8 of them, including the final one. So that means that the entire player pool is being split into 8 potential bosses.
Okay.
So if I'm searching for one boss, I can only match with people who are playing who are looking for that specific boss.
All right.
And then on top of that, there is a thing called shifting earth that changes the map in various ways. So it'll like change it, and there's like a volcano region or a rot region or a mountain region. If you have that active, you can only match with people who also have that active.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And that's randoms. Like, doesn't matter if you're with your friends.
You know, if you're with your friends, then you're fine. If you're
Okay.
playing with 3 people, you get in immediately.
Yeah.
That's not a problem at all. So the matchmaking has definitely been a little fucked. Luckily, they did put in the ability to search for different bosses. Like I can search for any boss that I have not yet beaten. Okay. And then as soon as I find a match for people with that, then I go in. I just don't know which boss I'm fighting, like, until I'm fighting it, basically.
Right.
But overall, the game is very, very fun. The gameplay is addictive. It feels like you are playing Elden Ring at 200% pace.
Mm-hmm.
There is no downtime. It is, you drop in and you are immediately running and killing, and as soon as you finish killing, you are immediately finding the next thing to kill to get as many levels and as many items as quickly as possible. The thing that I really like about it, in some ways it's a roguelike because where things are on the map change, but the map itself does not change unless you have a shifting earth happening.
And when it does shifting earth, you basically always want to go to that because it's going to have better items and shit like that, correct?
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to go there. You can, like, each shifting earth has a secret that you can, like, basically uncover that'll give you, like, a legendary item or, like, you know, a revive or, you know, stuff like that.
Well, see, so that thing that you just mentioned where, like, the map doesn't really change, people hate that. Like, people want like more variety.
Yeah, and I agree with that in that they need more than one map, and I expect we'll get more than one map because they are making DLC for it for this year. I think it comes out Q4 of this year.
Okay.
But the thing that I really like about it, like the one thing about Elden Ring that sucks is that you play through the game, you find a weapon you like, and you use that weapon the entire time, and you never change it. And you become great with, you know, the Nagakiba, or you become great with the Great Sword, or, you know, whatever. You start dual wielding katanas with Rivers of Blood and a Nagakiba, right? You find your build, and that is it. That is what you use.
Right.
You cannot do that in this game. It's just not possible, right? Even if you play the exact same person every single time, you are not guaranteed to get that katana every single time. It forces you to use the hundreds of different weapons that are in Elden Ring. And, like, I have used weapons I've never even seen before. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is a magma whip? You know, and I'm like using a magma whip because I'm fighting I found this thing. It's a fire weapon. I'm like, I know that the final boss is weak to fire. I should hold on to this. And I'm using a fucking fire whip against the final boss that I've never used before.
Right.
And that, I think, makes it really, really fun, is that FromSoft puts all this effort into making each weapon viable in their base games, right? You can use any weapon in Elden Ring, and it is viable for the game. Some are obviously better than others, but, you know, you can do it, and you can use it. And this forces you to use things that you've never used before. I'm using claws. I'm using star fists. I'm using. I found a great sword I had never heard of before called Halfen Steeple, and I was like,
I think I know that one. It's like black and it has like.
Where? It's black. Yeah. It has a ghost flame blade ability on it. I was like, where the fuck do you get this?
It's an
amazing great sword.
I believe you get it in the Eternal Cities, and it's like a really important lore sword.
It's really good. Like, it's a really, really good great sword.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, doing that, figuring all that out. They have there's an archer character named Iron Eye that I just call Hawkeye because, of course.
Yeah.
This is the only time in history that FromSoft has made a game where the archer is an S tier class. The archer is so fucking good. You can stay range. You do consistent damage all the time. There's a variety. It's a very simple class to play. But if you're struggling on a night boss, you want an archer in your group because they just keep doing damage all the time, and they have good abilities to keep up that consistent damage. And if they're doing stuff like poison, they're constantly proccing it.
Right.
It is a very, very fun game. I can see how after a while it would get samey.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine after like a month or two, I'll probably be like, okay, I'm done with this until they come out with, whatever they're going to come out with. But I do the same thing with Souls games in general.
Yeah.
So so it really feels like a Souls game that you get to play with friends that has like the best of the mods that they made for Elden Ring. The top 2 mods for Elden Ring are the seamless co-op mod and the item randomizer mod. And this is a game built around those 2 mods. It's great.
Yeah. I also hear that like most of the power-ups are like stat-based, you know what I mean? So you don't get like crazy cool effects. Like there's the medallions or whatever they are, like aren't that
talismans.
Like, cool. Talismans, yeah, they're not that cool. Or like you get a certain one, you're just going to use it forever because it's like the best one. You know what I mean?
So all the talismans are based off of talismans that are in Elden Ring. They're all the same.
Right.
So, the talismans don't do anything crazy. It's like, the claw talismans makes your jump attack better, right? Or like the Godfrey talisman makes your sorcery's cast time shortened.
Right.
So for that sort of stuff, it's like, it's nothing crazy. When you beat a night boss, or not a night boss, when you beat a main night boss, you don't typically get a weapon. You typically get some sort of stat boost, which is boring in terms of what you're doing. It's not a cool weapon or anything like that.
Yeah.
It is very helpful though. Like they needed the ability to give you that somewhere. I just don't think they had a good place to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But they needed somewhere to give you the option to get more health, to get more damage that isn't just weapon based.
Yeah. Lore wise, the game is really wacky too. So like, it takes place in like an alternative quote esque timeline. It takes place like after the Shattering, but basically like something happened that opened up the ocean in between Lindell and the Shivering Isles or whatever the fuck that place down, but what is it, the Weeping Peninsula? So essentially where the big cloud in the middle of the map is in standard base Elden Ring, that just turns into this like abyss, and like the Night Lord lives down there, and like people, there's a round table hold down there, and the Duchess is tied to the round table hold, and certain people are called into this night realm where they need to fight the night and defeat the Night Lord in order to like break whatever the curse is on this realm. There's crazy shit way off in the background in the distance of the map, which are basically like giant
titans.
Giant tree titans though. So they don't have they're not the same as the titans that you see in the base game, the skeletons. So like
they're fucking sick though. It looks awesome.
So there's a lot of theories revolved around those titans that you see in the base game, specifically that the entirety of the lands between are made out of the corpses of titans, because it goes back that Norse mythology is based off of that, with Midgard being like built off of the bodies of titans. And obviously there's a lot of Christianity and northern mythology baked into Elden Ring, mostly because of George R.R. Martin, etc., etc. There's a lot of crazy shit like when you get deep into it. Like if you want to get weird into Elden Ring, check out Tarnished Archaeologist. These are people who go around, they look at all of the art, all of the statues, all of the everything, and like explain it and stuff like that. Okay, hold on. Devin just posted in chat. Time to drop the really big bombs from Elon. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Yo, how much ecstasy did Elon Musk take today? God damn, the girlies are really fighting, dude.
Yeah, they're really fighting.
I want to know what Trump is saying back. But yeah, so these giant like tree titans are just like wandering into the distance in the background, and I don't know if you've gotten the endings or not yet, so I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Yeah, I haven't. I just unlocked the final Night Lord.
Good luck with that.
I fought him once.
Okay.
It was rough.
Yeah. First phase or?
No, we got the second phase.
Okay, yeah.
But like it's hard, and I'm a little further along than Grant and Sammy are.
Okay.
I had just a stupid good randos group that beat a boss that we had been struggling on, and you only need to beat 4 Night Lords to get to the final boss. I thought you would have to beat all 7, but it's only 4. So I did a random search where I was just like, yo, anybody I haven't beaten, and it just happened to be the final Night Lord.
I see. Trump has shot back. Elon was, quote, wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. And he just went crazy. This is so... Dude.
You literally bought an electric car from him like a couple months ago.
They're both crashing out, dude. This is like Ethan Klein level on each other. Anyway, definitely not diaper bros
anymore.
Yeah, so the other thing is each character in Night Rain has a backstory and a story arc you can go through in the game. I don't know if you've done any of that.
I've done some of it. It's hard to like... I want to get some games in with Sammy and Grant because it's really hard to get randos to do the storyline stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
but they have their own special bosses too, and that you have to fight solo. And I would say out of all of them, the Revenants is like fucking cool as shit. Like the Revenants is really cool.
I haven't really delved into the magic classes yet. I don't know how to use them properly. Like Sammy's our magic guy. So I need to like look into that a little bit more. I have no fucking clue how to use the Revenant and do well.
That's fair. She's super cool. I like her a lot.
She's really cool. Yeah. She's really cool. The foot fetishes get their due. She's just running around barefoot.
Yeah. Well, she's a doll though, so like it's doll.
Oh, is she?
You didn't know that? Yeah. She's a doll.
I didn't know.
Oh fuck. So sorry. It's not that crazy. Anyway,
yeah, it's fine.
I think you learn it in like the first story chapter for her.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
And there's like 9. But yeah, her story is sick. And each character has their own unique ending. So you get to find out that some of the characters are bad guys. You get to find out that some characters have weird ties to each other, like all sorts of stuff like that. So don't get me wrong. Then the ending, the true ending, because there is a true ending, very vague, very strange, very weird. I don't get it, but very vague. So hopefully they'll expand on that a little bit more. But yeah, it's there's not a lot out there as far as lore speculation yet, though I haven't checked in a couple days, so maybe I'll do that after we get off the podcast. But I think is that it? Is that what we got?
Yeah, that's really it. I just want you to family share with somebody so that you can try the game. We can try streaming it for a day and see how you like it.
We'll see. It just seems like such a fucking time.
It's fun though. We could have imagine you, me, and Grant. You and me going, totally understanding where we're going next. Grant lagging behind, going the wrong direction. It'd be great.
Working hard, so hard, and just losing it all.
Well, you still get stuff even when you lose.
Yeah. No, I know. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to us. If you enjoy this, join the Patreon for extra podcasts, or just join the Patreon for whatever. You can pledge any amount you want. You want to give us fucking 8 cents? I think you can do that. But
I'd be surprised. But
yeah,
sure.
but look at check into it. You get all sorts of stuff for being part of it, especially our viewing parties. I'm probably gonna do Sailor Moon again this week. We'll do Sailor Moon S. That'll be fun.
Yeah, do it.
But yeah, so appreciate you guys listening. If you guys want the podcast early, right? If you want a less produced version of the podcast that has no cuts, no editing, nothing, no music. The only thing you're going to get, Yeah, bathroom breaks and all. It will be up instantaneously on YouTube on the Bonsai Pop live channel. We have a POPCAST playlist, which has like scattered episodes from like the past. But starting today, every podcast will be on YouTube. It will be right there. So go over there and check it out if you just can't fucking wait. And Gamer Subs code BPOP 10% off. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks everybody so much for coming to the stream, listening to the podcast on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast, watching us on YouTube. You guys are the best.